Hi sewing friends, Tessa here, and I am coming at you with some information about a pattern that you are for sure going to want to add to your collection if you haven't already. It's a Love Notions bestseller, and I want to talk today about all the ways that you can make it work in your wardrobe. So if you're not familiar, Love Notions does a $5 Feature Friday every week. That means that we pick one pattern in our collection and we share about how it could be useful for you, all the inspiration that we have for making it your own, and we give you some tips and tricks on some sewing in general types of things. So before I go any further, make sure that you grab that Sloane Sweater for $5 today only. Both the adult version and the kid version are on sale. They're both the same pattern. The adult version goes from extra small to 5X. It has lots of options, hood, yoke option, kangaroo pocket, hemband, so many different ways that you can make this up and it can be useful in your wardrobe. The kids pattern is the same exact style and it goes from size 2T to 16. All right, so like I said, on Feature Fridays, we try to take some time to not only give you some sewing inspiration for Sloan, but also to give you some sewing instruction and technique and some information on how to make your sewing experience even better. And that's why we have Jess Wilcox on the blog today, and she's gonna be talking about pocket sewing. She has 7 tips and tricks that you will find essential for getting crisp, secure, really lovely pockets that will last. And as we all know, pockets might be one of the reasons why you are a sewist. The ability to add pockets to clothing and your garments is absolutely essential. So why not do it as good as you possibly can? So take a look at today's blog with Jess. She'll give you all of those tips and tricks. I found them really, really helpful. And as you can see, I use them with my Sloane Sweater kangaroo pocket. And this was one of my makes. So the rest of the time I want to talk about the makes that I have using the Sloane Sweater. And I have right here to begin with this first just basic essential hoodie. I need a hoodie all the time. I wear hoodies daily, and the Sloane Sweater has just the fit and the style and the options that I'm looking for when it comes to a hoodie. So at its most basic level, Sloane is your essential hoodie. Now, I'm going to also show you a couple of ways that I have up-leveled my Sloanes, and maybe that'll give you some inspiration for sewing your Sloanes as well. All right, now here is my second Sloane make. This is basically showing off all of the bells and whistles this pattern offers. So I did make it in more of a lightweight material. This is a modal, so it's nice and sturdy, but it's also very lightweight. It's a great version of Sloane to wear during the summer or just to kind of throw on over your workout gear or something like that. So I did make use of the yoke. So the yoke over the shoulder, and it also comes back to the back right here. So it has like this little, I added some lace trim just for fun, and that's definitely something that's offered in the pattern. As you can see, I also put on the elbow patches, which I think are so cute. I just think it makes like a nice finishing kind of statement on me. Sloane Sweater. I also put on the kangaroo pockets. So this is an example of a way to sew Sloane with all the bells and whistles. And then also I added in for the hood, I love that it has like this cross kind of like piece for the fold of the hood. And I added in while I was sewing, I lined the hood and then added in some a hoodie tie and some buttonholes to really just kind of like put it all together and just make a classic hoodie using all of the features that this pattern has. Okay, so another way that I like to use Sloan is as a base for any hack that I can think of. It has just such a nice fit. It's like a little bit looser at the waist and really just fits the top of the pattern, just fits me great. So I always use it as a base if I see something in a catalog or on Pinterest or something, I know that I can use Sloan as the base for that hack. And that's what I have here. So I just use the most basic version of the pattern. So I use the crew neck and just the long sleeve with a cuff. And I cut it down to the just the bottom of the pattern and didn't use like the curved hemline or anything like that. And I made sort of like a hem split here, like a really exaggerated split hem. And I have a blog that I can show you with the details on how to do that, but I wear this sweatshirt all the time. This is a French terry, and just a couple of little things that I did to it where I used the reverse side, the looped side of the French terry for my cuffs, for my neckband, as well as for the bottom, kind of sort of like a hemband that I put on. So, and I just exaggerated the split here. I was kind of inspired by the Terra Tunic hemline, which has like the side split, and I just accentuated that, and I wear this all the time. It's great to put over workout gear. It's great for just wearing around the house. And I absolutely get so much use out of this, especially since it's kind of like in a neutral color and it just goes with everything. So I use it all the time. Do you remember when I said that I use Sloan as a base for all my hacks? Well, here is another one. Can you even believe that this is the same pattern as that original sweatshirt? I know that I can rely on Sloan for the fit and the styling and all the things that I need in the basic, but I can also use it as the base for anything I get excited to get creative with. I saw some inspiration years ago it was a sweater that looked similar to this. I made a version of that. I'll show you a picture of it here. And I love that. I love the off the shoulder kind of big extra cowl, kind of cozy, but like showing a little bit of skin too. And so I knew that I could use Sloan as a base, and look what happened. So as you can see, it is the original pattern. It has the cuffs on the sleeves, and it also has the hemband. It's got that great roomy fit. But I'll show you a quick and dirty kind of visual of how I created this big cowl off the shoulder look. It was so easy. The fabric that I used was this like raisin colored, really light and drapey sweater knit. I think fabric that has some nice drape is great for a piece like this. And so if you get inspired to make your own version of Sloan, just know that it's a great base for doing that. It can go dressy, it can go really casual, and everything in between. So I hope that you pick it up today. I hope that you really enjoy it. I hope you get creative with your sewing and that you enjoy the process from beginning to end. All right, so now that we've seen Sloan 4 ways, let me show you how I did my off-the-shoulder hack. I started by sewing the base of the shirt with the shoulders, sleeves, and side seams just as directed until I got to the neckband. Then I cut a trapezoid shape. Now you can eyeball this or you could measure it, but you're gonna make two sets, two mirror image sets of this trapezoid shape. So trapezoid shorter at the top, longer at the bottom, with the sides coming in. So you're gonna sew both side seams, right sides together of each of these mirror image sets. So I have two sets here, and then you're going to turn one of those right side out and slip it inside the wrong side, and then you're going to sew along the bottom of that long edge to create that cowl piece. Then you're going to turn it right side out and press it, and you've created your cowl. This is ready to attach to the shirt, but we got to get the shirt ready. So you try on your Sloan base, you slide that cowl over it, and you're going to check the fit. Make sure that you're using a looser drapier sweater knit because you're going to want to make this kind of have some drape to it. Now you're going to lay that cowl piece over the original neckline, and that opening should kind of happen between the shoulder seams. And you're going to cut off the extra pieces of the original base of the Sloane sweater. And then we're going to attach this. We're going to sew it right sides together. Make sure that you grab both pieces of the cowl and attach it to the raw edge of the neckline opening. You shouldn't have to mess too much with the sleeve at all, and you'll just be going over the shoulder seams. Sew it all together, and then you're going to finish your cuffs and your hems, and you're all set. Isn't it cute?